He leads you to the back of the ice cavern where a small tent is. Go inside, please.
Wooly does so.
All right. You head into the tent, and sitting inside is an ancient longma. His flames practically embers on the back of his head.
The equivalent of going bald.
He sits in wearing this very ancient looking Chinese outfit. Very imperial looking, very noble. Well, also you also notice that his eyes are covered in these black bandages. He looks up. You are the hunters I've heard so much about. Greetings.
Wyoming bows respectfully as he enters.
He bows in return, somehow noticing you despite the fact he clearly cannot see. I am Yuan Shao, only son to Reish, honored mother, and Kobashi, honored father. Your guild has interested me for so long. You worked under the guise, under a guise created by the crawling chaos. But now I see that a true general leads, and you hold a great deal of respect for him, do you not?
Did you know the whole time?
I had my suspicions. The unicorn known as Flag appeared into our world as mysteriously as Faust herself did so many years ago. But unlike her, his tidings brought sinister consequences. Did you know Flag appeared into our world simply just a day after the predators escaped the hold? Formed this council. And then began miraculously saving the world.
Actually, from what I've heard, Flag existed before then on a plot to kill the Empress and replace her.
Did he now? I was not aware of that. Even I was there the day she disappeared. I was never aware of any unicorn at the time in our ranks.
I wasn't either, to be honest.
I still remember the last words she said to me. She saw the predators on the horizon, and she looked at me and she said, Yuan Shao, there's only one thing I must do. And that was the last time I saw her.
I would rather not say the last time I saw her.
I have heard. And I thank you for giving her soul rest. It was the only way. I am certain there might have been ways to remove her from that device. But would you let someone live with that kind of trauma, that kind of pain, to be hooked up to such a demonic device?
I, I did it because she ordered me to.
Is that how you cope with your regret?
She does.
Come here. Kneel next to me.
She walks over slowly and kneels like he asked, fidgeting a
You,
bit.
you see him raise up a hoof and put it on your head. I say this as the only person that has been close to every empress. Do not feel regret. She is at peace. I'm sure if her spirit could talk, she would thank you. The things we do, the choices we make, sometimes they are difficult beyond measure. But how we make those choices determine who we become in the future. So no longer do not feel regret for your actions anymore. You've given her peace. You've given her hope. I can feel the will of the Empress on your person.
She pulls out the titular locket
Mm-hmm.
and holds it out to him.
Yeah,
Not trying to say this.
one more time.
Said I'm not sure I deserve this.
He grabs your hoof that he's holding it with one of them, and he puts his other hoof on it, and he looks at you. He's silent for a few minutes. I see. inside your soul, your true intentions. You want to make this world right, don't you? You do not want people to have suffered in the way you or your younger sister have suffered. Am I correct?
She nods.
Look around you. You have... He pauses, looking at Nadine. Mostly. Group of friends you share a close and deep bond with. Looks at Lucas. Some of them more deeper than others.
Lucas blushes. He can't blush. Never mind. Everything's gone.
He turns redder than he already is.
Well, that's the way.
You and your friends have done more for this world than many can even say that they have done in a lifetime. There is no one else that should hold this but you. And you let go of your hoof.
You're sure?
If your soul said anything different, I would have taken it from you.
She nods slowly. And puts it back.
As for the rest of you, you have all done wonderful as a group, both as soldiers and friends. Looks at Nadine, turns back to the rest of the group. You hold it within yourselves to change the world. And though your enemy is strong beyond comprehension, I and many others have faith that you will be the one to end this bloody chapter in our history and bring an end to this terrible era and make way for a peace our world so desperately needs.
I don't think we've come here to be complimented.
He turns back to the group.
I think it's kind of nice.
I think the sooner we get out of here, the sooner we can, avoid the apocalypse that is incoming. And maybe at the end of the day, we're not all going to be fucking dead.
You know, Nadine, sometimes it's nice to be complimented for our shitty fucking work. So, how about you shut up?
She does
He
have some of the point, but
he moves over to you, Lily, and he whispers in the Longma tongue, "How do you put up with her?"
I don't know how we put up with her either. Lucas replies back.
yeah, Lily just laughs.
In any case, you need an exit. We have one. We have used it for years, and, well, we're still here. So that should tell you how good it is.
Well, before that, Lion pulls out his notebook. What did you say Honored Father's name was again?
Kobashi.
Thanks.
She
In any case, one of my students will take you to the exit. From there, you will have the cover of the snow to get you out of the reindeer territory.
okay. And what do we do after we get home? Anything in particular?
I've heard through my information gatherers, your guild is planning to march on Rains very soon. An army of the Longma and the new form of the dragons will be joining them very shortly. You should head to your village. They are beginning to amass. He looks at Lily.
Wait, what are beginning to amass?
The
The
guild and the
armies?
Longbow. The army's there, and they're gonna march on Rain soon.
She nods. So, you want us to join them?
Yes. The end is drawing near. The the end is drawing soon, I feel. What's going to happen next is going to decide the course of our future. Now, you must make haste. If the gods decree it, we will meet again.
I'll make sure.
He nods.
We won't let you down if I have anything to do with it.
For all of our sakes, I hope you don't. And one final thing. I haven't seen her in a while. If you find Zhanghua, Blue you know her as, tell her he hasn't woken up yet. She'll understand.
All right.
Now, it is time for you to go.
Yes.
That Yuan Shao kind of just lowers his head. You see him beginning to return to meditating.
Iambic. But yes, let's go.
Alright, well, as you head out, you see the reindeer standing outside the tent. You see, he's like, Lord Yuan Shao said to take the path out. I overheard. Follow me. Not that far. I need to pause a server because I'm just getting notifications out the ass. Oh. Alright, so you follow him?
Yep.
Alright. So it begins leading you down the pathway. It's this kind of winding little tunnel that goes up. And after a few minutes, you find yourselves exiting a small cave. And you are in the forest where you first fought that dragon way back when. Just on the outskirts of Rain. The reindeer, as you walk out, the reindeer stays within the cave.
I suppose this is where we part ways then.
Yes.
Well,
Please be careful.
thank you. Hopefully, next time we see you, we won't have to be underground anymore.
Oh, yes. I forgot. He pulls out. I'll look something up. So he pulls out the golden sickle. Master Yuan Shao told me to give this back to you. Handed it to Wyoming.
Ah.
What it was, he's explained. It was a symbol he used to unite the Longmen together against the dragons in their civil war.
Oh, wow. I had no idea it would be anything so significant.
He explained it once belonged to his father when he was younger. And it was a family heirloom that was passed down. And then during the Civil War, it was a symbol that brought the Longma to defeat the dragons. Game-wise, this is a sickle that once per day gives everyone within a 50-foot radius greater heroism.
Wow.
What's the item?
It's the sickle he got, the sickle from Yuan Shao.
Ooh.
It's a once per day, 50-foot range. Everyone gets greater heroism.
For how long? What's the caster level on it?
Yeah, catch level. 20 minutes. The full shebang. 20 minutes.
Who is taking that?
Wyoming, apparently, obviously.
It's his Oxford comma.
I wouldn't mind taking it because I know Wyoming's a busy
Well,
boy.
it's Wyoming.
Nope. It's
It
mine.
literally is Wyoming's.
Oh shit! Well then, never mind.
Get your greedy little snippers off of it.
Support options. I need them.
I had actually.
So yes.
I had actually considered taking greater heroism soon. So.
Yeah. Attack-wise, it's no better than a mundane sickle, but its magical properties is the 50-foot radius of greater heroism once per day. So with that, after he gives it to him, he gives a bow. Please be safe in your travels. And with that, he leaves, and you kind of see the cavern kind of begin to quickly ice over.
Well, I think that was in return. Yeah, you stay safe too.
So, we're not going to have to walk back, are we?
Well, we're gonna have to make some distance on foot.
3. You know.
Well, for now, you will have to go it on foot.
Until we take a rest and prepare a ton of teleports and hopscotch our way back to Huoshan.
Yeah.
Perfect plan.
Let's just get as far away as we can first.
Yes. I'd rather not rest here.
There
It's
are
not
enemies
safe.
nearby.
Yes.
I mean, technically you're with the party.
Yes.
I don't know.
No, we canonized that I was not teleported when everybody got teleported.
Oh.
That's why Woffer was not there in the session. Didn't you read it back?
Fuck it, whatever.
Okay then.
Works fine.
Anyway, so you spend the rest of the day on foot walking. By nighttime, you finally make it out of rain and into the outskirts of the prairie. While you're there, make a perception. All right. As you make it out of the outskirts of the prairie, you see a very familiar wolf just kind of running about, very panicked, actually.
Balthazar.
He looks around and notices you, and he begins running over to you, and immediately just, as he's running, shapeshifts back into his humanoid form, just coming after you as Balthazar is like, oh, oh thank God, I found
Where
you.
have you been?
The lady has had to go back after what has happened.
What has happened?
You fought it. The glitch.
Uh-huh.
We won.
Yes, he won, which is actually very surprising.
It's quite scary.
I've wasted enough time looking for you. I will leave you with this. The lady is very, very terrified right now
Her?
because of that thing. And she fears there may be more.
So, also, is Oleander okay?
Yes, she's fine. She's with the guild at the moment. But she's informed me that we are officially out of time. Nyarlathotep's defeat must be imminent soon. He begins rummaging through his sack, pulling out some scrolls. These will get you back to the guild. I'm sure you've heard that they are planning on marching onto Rain. It is imperative that you defeat Nyarlathotep in this battle.
And by defeat, I'm assuming you mean kill.
It is impossible to kill an outer god, but using the Ayaster, weaken him enough, we can cast him back to the abyss of hell.
Which worked so well.
Those are two different places, first of all.
Regardless, you know what I am saying. Nyarlathotep
Yes, I
must
don't like
be
it.
defeated in this fight.
Well, somehow that's both sudden and a long time coming.
Where are we right now? Are we in rain still? Or?
You are just on
We're
the
in the
outskirts of you're just on the outskirts of Rain, slowly entering into the prairie.
Oh. Okay then.
So, refresh my memory. What happens if we fail? Do we just die? Or, let me guess.
I'm pretty sure everyone dies.
I'm pretty sure what happens is Rain is enslaved.
Let me put
Not
it.
just Rain.
Let me put it this way. If you fail, the observers will take matters into their own hands. He looks at Ryan, and you've seen what happens if they do.
Yeah, entire world's just frozen in time.
No pressure.
In any case, I've brought you this message. The rest is up to you. With that, he presses he presses into the air with his glove, similar to Jane. Opens up a portal and whoosh. Oh yeah, by the way, you have a Scarlet teleport to get back.
Whoosh.
He left it in the sun.
Whoosh.
Well,
All the
at least we don't have to rest here now.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like I've overestimated how much time I had to say goodbye.
There's no goodbyes needing to be said.
Alright, so use the Scarlet teleport to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright. You use it, and one spell later, you find yourself just outside your village, Lily, and there are a lot of ungulates just gathering around. There's a lot of tents, camps. You see a lot of an entire row of ungulates just kind of practicing with weapons.
This place has changed a lot since I've been here.
We fixed a few things up in the time we had.
Lily looks around for her house.
It better still be there.
Still there?
It better still be there because we left it alone.
It's still there. Still collapsing in on itself, but still upright.
Lily quickly casts a make whole spell and walks away.
Alright. You did it. Your house is... Your
Just
house has evolved into decent.
It took you that
Just
long.
gonna put some air quotes around quickly.
Yeah.
Around decent.
Around decent.
I said quickly, but yeah, that too.
Oh, quick. No. Make whole is fast. You're thinking of...
Yeah, but it's taken Lily this long to just cast the thing.
Yeah, I probably am thinking of something else. Whatever.
Maybe mending.
Yeah, you're thinking of mending, which is... Oh wait, no, make whole takes 10 minutes. Never
Yeah,
mind. Greater make whole. That's what she cast. It was a standard action.
Okay.
Anyway, she has a house now, apparently.
You now have a working house.
It's not a broken house.
But it's super fast.
You won't die if you sleep in it.
Lucas goes and finds his mom.
All right.
Lily finds Lotus.
Well, you and Lucas both find the people you're looking for in the big band. You reach it, and Lily, when you get there, you just see Lotus sitting there playing with some of the other kids, and she looks up at you. Big sister just comes in, gives you a big hug.
Oh, little Lotus.
I missed you. Where did you go?
I got dragged into things. But I'm back now. Sorry I keep doing this.
It's okay, big sister. You're very important, and I understand. Um, big sister, I
Yes?
want to ask you something.
What is it?
She takes a deep breath, and she finally musters up the courage to go, I want to help.
To help.
I want to help you beat the bad guys.
I don't want you to get hurt.
Well, if I get hurt, you can just fix me.
Not if you get hurt here. She,
To her heart.
Yes, her heart, quote unquote.
What do you get hurt in the feelings?
Oh no. I She just looks up. I really I just want to help you, big sister.
Are you certain?
She nods.
I'll teach you.
She gets this big smile and she just gives you a hug. Thank you, big sister.
Thank you.
Lucas probably gonna stick with Lily until he finds Mom. Just
Jelsa's in the same area.
well,
She just What were you gonna say?
Mom taught me a few tricks. She could probably give you some tips.
As she said that, as you say that, she walks up. Well, I didn't teach him everything,
No,
but well,
I learned a lot on my own, but you taught me the basics of well.
sometimes the basics are all we need. She says that. She gives you a hug.
Oh,
Glad to see you're all right.
it was scary, but I came back in one piece.
I'm happy. I'd be very Well, if you died, I'd find you, and I'd be very mad.
He just laughs.
I've tried my best.
Thank you, Lily.
I think she'd be pretty mad if I died too.
She nods slowly.
Picks them both, gives them big hugs.
Yeah. As you're all getting a hug, you hear someone walking up. See, everyone's having a nice family reunion. I turn around and see Manwich.
Oh, but Manwich.
Good to see you're all not dead. Good to see that.
Well, that's interesting point, because someone did?
What do you mean?
Poor Kabadov got infected by something called a glitch.
Wyoming pulls out his mask.
He grabs the mask. He's dead, huh? Damn. I knew Kabadoth from, well, a past life. We met in passing once. He was very good at what he did. And sometimes that's all you need from someone. I remember the what was it called? Bernie something smoked meat logs.
Pardon?
I saw him have them for the first time, and he sorry. I'm reminiscing.
He was, yeah, creepy, but helpful.
He wasn't so bad in the end.
Well,
Oh, if you don't consider the end the glitch part.
Well, you know what I mean.
In any case, he hands it back. I'm sure you've heard the news.
that the invasion plans are being pushed forward.
He nods. We're marching on rain. It's it was unanimous decision on everyone's part. We've all decided it's... We've gone long enough trying to survive, waiting for the next thing to happen. So, we're gonna take the fight directly to him.
I hear that.
Yes. Speaking of which, there's also something very important we need to talk about.
And that is...
I found what's left of Faust.
Oh, yeah. A lot of stuff's happened.
He closes his eyes for a moment. Come with me. We need to talk about this in private.
She nods.
Sensei and Rage are here too. They might want to hear this as well.
She follows him. Because I'm
Alright.
assuming he's leaving.
Just you two, or
Well, at least the people that need to hear this.
I think he's asking if the rest of our party is permitted to follow.
You already know as well. Yes, he got picked up.
Who's he?
Suddenly Waffle's here. Anyways,
Something about the slaver lord wanting the slaves back. Don't worry, it ended like every other encounter.
Anyways, all of you come with me. Rage and Sensei will want to hear this. That he begins leading you into one of the reconstructed buildings.
alright. Now he's gonna follow you.
Alright. So he leads you all into a building where everyone Rage and Sensei are sitting, conversing with each other. They see Manwich come in, but before they can greet them, they see the very serious look on his face as he sits down. Everyone, take a seat.
Finally decides not to reveal he knows just yet. And has a seat.
Well, he sits down.
Rage looks around. What is going on, Manwich? Sensei also sits forward. Yes, this seems to be a very serious look on everyone's face. Manwich clears his throat. Lily, why don't you explain it to him?
Oh, Lily pulls out the gem. The white one.
Mm-hmm.
And shows it.
A soul gem.
Faust's soul gem.
Both Sensei and Rage, their eyes widen. They go, no. You've got to be kidding me.
Apparently, he's been using it to power his spells by eating it.
They just look at each other, look at Manwich, and goes, I don't know how soul gems work.
We found Nyarlathotep's old video logs.
Right. We haven't covered all of them, but we...
Manwich just like pauses for a moment, looks at you. Video logs? Really?
He's...
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
We have the hard drive.
We'll have to look at it when we get the chance, but as you can see, we don't really have much technology here.
It wasn't really anything super crucial, so I think you can wait.
Understandable. Now, since you're all here, you know, myself, Rage, and Sensei have been going over the plans. We've been trying to figure out the best way to attack Rain. Rage speaks up. I have a map in my mind. But in-game there is a map laid out.
So, does the city have any walls or stuff that we have to worry about?
There is a wall entirely around Rain. The only feasible way in, aside from over, is, well, through the front door. There's no other entrances we know of.
We can just use we can just climb the wall somehow. If the city has been taken over, it's probably not that well maintained, so we have some forests and stuff growing next to the wall. We can use that as cover.
I'm fairly
And
certain
then-
the city is well maintained.
Well, the area around the city, whatever, the walls.
Rain is highly defended both inside and out. They have guard towers on the inside and outside. They'll be ready for anyone that tries to climb the wall.
Do we want to be sneaky, or do we want to just go in and wreck shit right from the get-go?
Well, it's worked for me.
Well, we could get some creatures to dig under the walls and just blow the whole thing up.
The
Then we
question
can
is,
just walk in.
how do we get through the blizzard that surrounds the city?
We have been working on that. Have you ever heard... Hang on, let me look up what it's called.
Have you ever heard of an extinction wave device?
Really, no.
You don't need to pass through the blizzard if you kill everyone from the other side of it.
Perfectly great plan.
Have you ever heard of the Mage's Disjunction?
Yes, that is a very, very heavy anti-magic spell, correct?
We've actually learned not too long ago.
Wait, it's real?
Oh, it is very real. But, what I was about to say, we've learned that the blizzard has some magical properties to it. Our plan is to use the Mage's Disjunction to create a small hole for our forces to penetrate through the blizzard. The problem is finding a caster powerful enough to cast it.
Do you see it?
Do you see that shit?
God damn it.
Your background noise adds to the experience.
So anyway, I'm
That's a lot of bullshit.
Somebody's
I'm
not
s-
happy about
Hold
this
up,
weather
hold
plan.
up, hold up.
I'm sorry. I'm assuming that you think I can't cast it.
Lily, are you even capable of casting 9th level magic?
She
What's
thinks about
ninth
it.
level magic?
You wouldn't
thinks
know. You're an
about it.
inquisitor. You don't get 9th level spells.
I'm not sure. I've never had access to it.
Well, you can see why finding a mage to cast this spell is so difficult. But, in theory, you cast a mage's disjunction, and we create a small hole in the blizzard to get through. That's the plan in theory. Once we're in, it's a straight shot to rain.
Well, do you have any ideas on where to look?
I was gonna ask Cabadoth to get her lady friend, but that's out of the picture.
Oh yes, she's apparently needed elsewhere.
Unfortunate. Crosses his arms.
She disappeared on us at the end there.
Something about dealing with the glitches.
I see. I don't know what will happen if someone not versed enough in the higher tiers of spells uses it. He looks. No one's really tried. It's as far as I know.
As far as I know, it either fizzles out or it could even backfire. It's generally what happens when you fail a spell.
He nods. The biggest thing we need to plan for, we need to find someone who's able to cast this spell as soon as possible. Otherwise, we stack ourselves up with as many endure elements as we can, as much cold resistance as we can, and pray the blizzard still doesn't kill us.
So you said you had this. Do you have the spell? Like maybe on a scroll?
He actually nods. Flag. Well, Nyarlathotep stockpiled a lot of magic in our vaults back in Huoshan. The Mage's Disjunction was one of them.
Worst comes to worst, I might actually be able to use this.
As long as you don't get yourself killed trying to do it. But that is if worst comes to worst. Now, he sits forward looking at the map. Assuming we do manage to get through the blizzard. Our main issue is getting into rain proper. As Ray said, it's heavily fortified on the inside and out. And the only way in is, well, through the door.
Well, how do you suggest we blow through the door? She starts to grin.
We're working on a bomb.